During a recent episode of Jimmy Kimmel Live, the late-night comedian made remarks referencing a politically charged tragedy, one that had already gripped the nation's attention. The punchline, meant to mock certain political figures, landed flat, and worse, it appeared to rely on inaccurate information. Viewers immediately caught it. Social media exploded. Clips spread across X, TikTok, and YouTube within minutes. The internet was no longer laughing, it was outraged. The criticism came fast and hard. Kimmel was accused of spreading misinformation, mocking victims, and pushing partisan narratives under the guise of comedy. Hashtags like Kimmel Out of Touch and Boycott Kimmelive began trending. Memes, reaction videos, and fiery commentaries flooded the digital space. In a matter of hours, the controversy had grown far beyond late-night television. It had become a national conversation about bias, decency, and the boundaries of humor. But to understand why this moment hit so hard, we need to rewind a little.
Now, if the problem is the companies, if they're being pressured by the government, so if that's real, and if people on the right are like, yeah, go get them, oh my God, you're crazy. You're crazy for supporting this because this will be used on you. You don't think that the fucking globalist lizard people who run the world are sitting here going, great, what do we got, 3 years? We'll wait this out. Wait this out. Yeah. Let them say the government should be involved in censoring people's speech. Yeah. Let them support that. Let these fucking dumbasses, because Jimmy Kimmel's a leftist, let these dumbasses think it's a good idea and we should celebrate that.
That's the most toxic shit I keep seeing online when people are like, yeah, shut him down.
So going back to this Jimmy Kimmel thing, there's a lot going on with this.
Do you know him, by the way, or
yes.
No?
He's a good guy. Jimmy's a good guy. He's a smart guy. He's a funny guy. He was always very funny on...
Jimmy Kimmel has never been a stranger to controversy. Over his decades-long career, he's reinvented himself multiple times, from co-hosting the edgy frat-style The Man Show in the early 2000s to becoming one of the leading voices of modern political satire on network television. Once known for crude humor and outrageous sketches, Kimmel has transformed into a mainstream entertainer who frequently blends comedy with commentary on national issues, gun violence, healthcare, vaccines, and the state of American politics. That transformation earned him both admiration and criticism. Fans praised him for using his platform to speak about real issues, often calling him the conscience of late night. But his critics accused him of abandoning humor for activism, turning what was once a comedy show into a televised sermon for Hollywood's liberal elite. And now, this latest controversy seems to bring all those tensions back to the surface. After Kimmel's monologue aired, online commentators quickly dissected every second of it. Some defended him, saying he was simply making a joke, an exaggerated, comedic take, not a news report. Others weren't so forgiving. They argued that his humor crossed the line into misinformation, especially given how quickly details surrounding the tragedy were evolving. The real damage, however, didn't come just from what Kimmel said, but from what he had said in the past. Old clips resurfaced online showing Kimmel mocking other celebrities who faced similar backlash. When Roseanne Barr was fired from her sitcom after a controversial tweet, Kimmel called it the right decision. When Tucker Carlson was fired from Fox News, he delivered a gleeful on-air monologue, celebrating what he saw as a victory for accountability. He even once joked that unvaccinated Americans who got sick shouldn't get hospital care, saying, "Rest in peace, Wheezy." Those moments came back to haunt him. Critics pointed out a double standard. Kimmel, they said, was quick to condemn others for their words, but slow to accept criticism for his own. What once looked like moral confidence now seemed like hypocrisy. Meanwhile, fans of Kimmel rushed to his defense. They claimed the outrage was politically motivated, that the right-wing media was exploiting the controversy to attack one of Hollywood's outspoken liberals. To them, this was yet another example of performative outrage, a digital witch hunt designed to distract from larger issues. What's happening with Jimmy Kimmel isn't new, but it's happening more often. Late-night television has evolved. Gone are the days of purely lighthearted humor and celebrity gossip. Today's hosts are political figures in their own right. Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, and Kimmel himself have turned their shows into nightly commentary on the state of the nation. That change has come with both power and risk. Comedy used to be the bridge between ideologies, a space where everyone could laugh at themselves. But in an increasingly divided world, it's become a weapon. Every joke is dissected for hidden meaning, every laugh analyzed for bias, and every comedian forced to choose a side. And in that environment, Jimmy Kimmel's controversy is more than just one bad joke. It's a symptom of something deeper, a reflection of how fragile free speech and public discourse have become. Yet silence in today's digital culture speaks volumes. Each passing day without a response only fuels speculation. Is Kimmel waiting for the controversy to fade? Is ABC advising him to stay quiet? Or is he preparing a carefully worded comeback that will attempt to blend humor with humility? If there's one thing history tells us, that Jimmy Kimmel knows how to handle attention, good or bad, but the stakes this time are higher. The modern internet doesn't forgive easily, and public sentiment can shift in hours. Some analysts believe Kimmel's brand can survive this, that his loyal fan base and Hollywood connections will protect him. Others believe this controversy has permanently damaged his credibility as a commentator. exposing the hypocrisy that critics have long accused him of hiding behind a smile. One thing, however, remains undeniable. Jimmy Kimmel has become a lightning rod for the culture wars of modern America. A comedian who built his career on pushing boundaries is now being accused of crossing one himself. And that's the irony of the entire situation. The same man who once joked fearlessly about everyone, from politicians to pop stars, is now being forced to defend the very freedom that made his comedy possible. In the bigger picture, this controversy highlights a larger question facing all entertainers today: what happens when comedy becomes commentary and commentary becomes political weaponry? The late-night stage used to be a safe haven for laughter. But today, it's a battlefield, one where every punchline can be misinterpreted, every sketch can go viral for the wrong reasons, and every host must walk a tightrope between entertainment and outrage. For Jimmy Kimmel, that tightrope just snapped. Whether he apologizes or doubles down, the damage is done. The trust between entertainer and audience has been shaken. The laughter, once effortless, now feels cautious, filtered through the noise of politics, ideology, and public judgment. And yet, beneath all the anger and analysis, one truth remains: it was just a joke told on a late-night show. The kind that not long ago would have drawn chuckles, not condemnation. Maybe that's the real tragedy here. Not that Kimmel went too far, but that the world has changed so much that a single misstep in humor can ignite a national firestorm. As the days pass and the headlines fade, Kimmel's future will depend on how he chooses to respond. Will he stand by his words, argue for the sanctity of comedy, and weather the backlash? Or will he offer a heartfelt apology, hoping to reclaim the middle ground between humor and humanity? Whichever path he chooses, one thing is clear. The days when comedians could joke freely without consequence are over. Every word is watched, every laugh dissected, every opinion judged. Jimmy Kimmel's latest controversy isn't just about one man or one joke. It's about an entire culture struggling to decide whether it still believes in laughter, or if laughter itself has become the latest casualty in America's never-ending war of outrage.